Matt LaFleur woke up today, going to have a great birthday. 42 years of age today, huh?
Today's his birthday.
Today is your birthday, Matt LaFleur. Yeah. And then he got the football gods gave him his birthday punches. Again, Aaron Rodgers has COVID-19. I sure hope he is okay. I've had it, and I was vaccinated, and it sucked. It was terrible. It was 3-4 days, and the thing that, the thing that gets you is just the unknown. You have no idea what direction it's going to go in. You have no idea. Healthy people have suddenly had their lives destroyed. Healthy people suddenly wind up in a hospital. No idea. Certainly if you're unvaccinated, you are way, way more vulnerable to the effects of this virus. I hope, Aaron Rodgers, you are okay. But Aaron Rodgers was asked, as many players were, certainly when they're as famous and as important as the reigning MVP, he was asked during the summer, are you vaccinated? His answer was, yes, I'm immunized. Now we find out, again, that he is not vaccinated. And as Ian Rappaport mentioned earlier in the show, NFL and the Packers know it. And that means you know, if you see a player at a press conference with a mask, that means they're not vaccinated. That's the clear indication. But some of them aren't doing it. So that's the conversation about, well, has he broken protocol in the meantime? And then there's the football aspect of this weekend. It's Jordan Love getting his first career start against Patrick Mahomes. You brought it up in hour number one, Chris, that I was there that night in Texas Stadium when Favre versus Romo. It was a huge night. One team was undefeated. The other team had one loss. Romo grew up loving Favre, had Favre posters on his wall, and we were playing that up like crazy, and then Favre gets hurt. Like the Iron Man gets hurt. And then 12 comes off the bench, and we're like, whoa, he can play. What if Jordan Love has that whoa moment? I already said earlier on, we're not taking that cheese. Aaron Rodgers is still first ballot Hall of Famer playing at the top of his game, and we hope that COVID does not affect him in a way where he's no longer at the top of his game, certainly for this year. Heaven forbid for even longer. That's a Pro Football Hall of Famer, and still, I'm not taking that cheese. There's a window of opportunity right now for them to win for a long time to come, but things change in the NFL, and they can change just like that. Mm-hmm. Just like today, when Matt LaFleur woke up for his 42nd birthday, and now he's actually feeling like he's turning 62. Felt like he's aged 20 years, not just 1 year. So the 42-year-old Matt LaFleur was asked about all of what I've just set up today.
How does this play out for you today? Or yesterday, when did you find out that he was going on the COVID-19 list? And when did you start the ball rolling on figuring out what you have to do to win this week's game?
Yeah, that happened about, I want to say 8:30 or so, right before we went into meetings. So, it's like anything else. You got to make adjustments, and it's no different than in a game when we're playing Arizona and you lose a guy like Bobby. You got to make adjustments, and so it's just the way I look at it is it's another opportunity for somebody else to showcase what they can do. I do think that our team will rally around Jordan, and we'll give it our best effort. I have a lot of confidence in our process and how we operate around here in terms of just the guys putting in the work, the preparation to go down there and play our best football game.
Aaron himself addressed it in August when he was asked about the vaccination status and said, oh yeah, I've been immunized. Do you feel like a quote like that might be seen as misleading to fans?
It's a great question for Aaron. I'm not going to comment on it.
Okay, so go ahead, hit the drop if you don't mind, Mr. Feller, right there.
What were they really thinking?
Okay, here's what I think Matt LaFleur was really thinking. And by the way, I think Bobby refers to the tight end, Big Bobby Tunyon,
right,
who had his knee blown out in the middle of that Arizona win. Now I'll take on the role of Matt LaFleur, which I'll love to do because his hair is terrific, and he's a very, very, very young 42.
Yeah.
No question about it. Normally coaches, they can wear that 42 like it's 62. And at any rate, so how do you think it's going to affect us? I know this opens the door to this whole Jordan Love nonsense that created one of the craziest off seasons of my life I'm ever going to have. I know that opens the door, but guess what? I'm trying to win football games right now. And guess what? What did we just do last week in Arizona? I know I'm just mentioning Bobby Tonyan, but I'd like to mention Devontae Adams wasn't there. Alan Lazard wasn't there. Do I want all these guys to take the shot? Of course I do. I want to control what I can control. And I'd love to be able to control this situation just by them taking a shot. I'm assuming that's what NFL coaches all feel, so that's why I'm ascribing it to Matt LaFleur. But did you see what we just did? I didn't have my defensive coordinator. I didn't have my top 3 wide receivers. I didn't even have my tight end in all this. And guess what we did? We spanked on a short week the lone remaining undefeated team. Sure, did we get a nice break at the end? Yeah, guess what we did? We coached up Rasul Douglas to make moments like that. We're good. We're good. This sucks. And don't ask me any more questions about what Aaron Rodgers says and does. I had a whole damn offseason of this. It's a good question for him. Now you're going to make it seem like I'm putting something on his plate. Guess what? He's a big boy. He put it on his plate himself with that answer this August. I love the guy. I want to go in a battle with the guy. I'm going to miss the guy this week. I'd love to be hooked up to this guy's hip for as long as he wants to actually play before, he turns old enough to have hip problems himself. That's what he's really thinking. Matt LaFleur. At least my 2 cents on what he's really thinking.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's some expletives in there.
Dude, this guy, I mentioned it before. Coaches have to deal with all sorts of stuff. Sean Payton, you're a Coach of the Year candidate over there, bud. TJ Jefferson. Sean Payton's Coach of the Year candidacy right now. Hurricane, Jameis, Taysom decision, Jameis. Now there's no Jameis. Now it's Trevor Siemian, Taysom Hill decision. Then Michael Thomas isn't available to us about what happened in the summer with his injury and whatever miscommunication there was, how to put that back together. Now he's out for good. And yet all he's got to do is beat Atlanta this week, and then he's in first place through 8 games.
Yep.
And, all sorts of – you want to talk about John Harbaugh's injury scenario and all that business? How about the Green Bay Packers, man? How about all of what happened in the offseason? How about all that put back together? And the fact is, we can't sit here and say Jordan Love isn't ready for the moment just yet. What if they win that game and win 8 in a row after dropping that season opener, which is another thing that LaFleur had to deal with? Nobody talks about this guy's Coach of the Year because they figure it's Aaron Rodgers. 33-7, right? In his first 40?
Yep.
Okay. And hey, in the same way that you need to have your quarterback situation settled, handled, however you want to see fit, as you know, I have a problem with the way the Packers have handled their backup quarterback situation because it is the thing that provoked their quarterback, who's going to the Hall of Fame. But this is why you got to have a guy to back up Aaron Rodgers. That's always been the problem when Rodgers has been out with this Green Bay team. Rodgers out, team down the tubes fast. Now, Jordan Love, guess what he's got to do? The role that Jordan Love has always been placed in, ascribed to him, is future savior of the franchise. Come heck or high water, they're turning to him regardless of how well Aaron Rodgers is playing. Well, now guess what? It's now the role of backup quarterback to keep things full speed ahead. Cooper Rush did it. My guy Mike White did it.
Yes, he did.
Trevor Siemian did it. Geno Smith finally got around to doing it. Just in time for Seattle to hit their bye. Case Keenum did it.
Case Keenum.
He's first to do it this year, actually. Here we go. It's not Jordan Love to do it.
Davis Mills won a game,
Davis
right?
Mills. Davis Mills did not win a game.
He did not win a game.
It's good to get mention his name.
Tyrod won that.
Tyrod did it. Yeah, week 1. Week 1.
Who else?
That's about it. Been out there in terms of backups. Trey Lance, I guess.
Hey, Brockman, I got a
You
question.
started one?
Hey, TJ.
But it's
what's
time
up?
for, it's just before you go out there, just to put a button on it. It's time for Jordan Love. I don't think we ever saw this. You know, he's got to do what Deshaun Kaiser couldn't do, right?
Kaiser.
Right?
Kaiser.
What Brett Hundley couldn't
Brett
do?
Hundley, yeah, out of
You
UCLA.
know I got some starts,
Which is
though,
keep
right?
things on the straight and narrow once Aaron goes down. Now he's down. And we're hoping it's just one game. I'm telling you, this virus is friggin' awful. Certainly to the unvaccinated. So
Yeah, Brett Hundley went 3-6 in 2017 filling in for Rodgers.
here we go, man. It's time. Jordan's got to get into it now at Kansas City. Oh, boy.
Not oh boy. This is the team you want to face.
Disagree. Everybody loves Carpenter on the Kansas City defense. Looked pretty darn good to me on Monday
They
night.
played
oh,
the
blah,
Giants,
blah, blah,
bro.
blah, blah. Got
They
it.
played the Giants.
Got it. Got it. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.